What if one of Coronation Street's most recognizable stars had quietly put an end to exit rumors by signing on for another big year? That is exactly the kind of news fans have been waiting to hear. And now the latest contract update has sparked a huge wave of relief across Weatherfield. For weeks, soap fans have become accustomed to wondering which familiar faces could be heading for the door. Coronation Street is no stranger to dramatic exits, unexpected departures, and storylines that completely change the future of a character. So whenever speculation starts surrounding a long-serving cast member, viewers immediately begin asking the same question. Are we about to lose another favorite? But this time, there is a much more positive development. A Coronation Street icon has reportedly signed a contract that keeps them connected to the ITV soap for another major year. While that does not necessarily reveal every detail of what is coming next, it certainly gives fans plenty of reasons to breathe a sigh of relief. And if you have been worried that this particular character might disappear from the cobbles, this could be the reassurance you have been waiting for. So, who is staying? Why does the contract news matter so much? And what could another year on Coronation Street mean for the character's future? Let's take a closer look. Coronation Street has been part of British television for generations, and one of the biggest reasons for its longevity is the strength of its characters. Some arrive, make an impact, and leave after a few years, while others become so closely associated with the show that it is difficult to imagine Weatherfield without them. That is why contract news involving a familiar star can be such a big deal. When a long-running actor signs another contract, it is more than just an employment update. It can potentially signal that producers still have major plans for the character. It can also mean that storylines currently being developed could continue for months to come. For fans, the most exciting part is the possibility of seeing their favorite character involved in fresh drama rather than preparing for a farewell. And that is particularly important in a soap where almost anything can happen. Coronation Street has built its reputation on constantly changing relationships, family conflicts, secrets, betrayals, and unexpected twists. A character can appear to be heading in one direction one week, and then find their entire life turned upside down the next. So when an iconic star commits to another year, viewers can immediately start wondering what the writers have planned. Will the character become involved in a new romance? Could an old enemy return? Will a long-running secret finally be exposed? Or could the new contract lead to one of the character's biggest storylines yet? Those are the questions now hanging over Weatherfield. The contract news also comes at an interesting time for the soap. Coronation Street continues to balance its established characters with newer faces, creating storylines that connect different generations of viewers. Long-serving stars provide continuity, while newcomers bring fresh energy and unexpected conflicts. Keeping an established favorite around can therefore give producers an opportunity to build stories that have emotional weight. Viewers already know the character. They understand their history. They remember their biggest triumphs and their worst mistakes. That history can make even a relatively simple storyline feel much bigger. A disagreement with a neighbor is no longer just an argument. A relationship problem can become the latest chapter in a much longer emotional journey. And when a character has spent years on the cobbles, even small changes can attract enormous attention. This is also why exit rumors tend to spread so quickly. Fans become attached to the people they have watched for years, sometimes even decades. When rumors suggest that an iconic character might be leaving, viewers immediately begin searching for clues. A change in social media activity can trigger speculation. An interview can be analyzed for hidden hints. A character disappearing from upcoming spoilers can create panic. Sometimes those theories turn out to be completely wrong. And that is what makes a confirmed or reported contract renewal so reassuring. Instead of saying goodbye, fans can look forward to another chapter. There is also something important about the phrase, "another big year." It suggests that the actor's continued presence could be more than simply appearing occasionally in the background. If producers have committed to keeping an established star around, there is every possibility that the character will continue to play a meaningful role in the show's storytelling. Of course, a contract does not automatically reveal exactly what will happen. Soap producers are experts at keeping major twists secret. An actor can sign a contract without fans knowing whether the next storyline will involve romance, revenge, family drama, or something far darker. That mystery is part of the fun. For viewers, the announcement creates a new set of questions rather than providing every answer. And perhaps that is exactly what Coronation Street wants. The soap has always relied on anticipation. Fans tune in because they want to know what happens next. They want to discover which secret will come out. They want to see which relationship will survive. They want to know who can be trusted and who is hiding something. Keeping a popular character on the show for another year gives writers plenty of opportunities to deliver those moments. It could even allow them to revisit storylines from the past. Soap characters rarely escape their history. A former relationship can return. An old feud can suddenly reignite. A family secret can resurface. Someone who seemed to have moved on can be dragged back into trouble. That is why another year on the cobbles could become much more dramatic than fans expect. There is also the question of audience reaction. Whenever news breaks that a beloved Coronation Street star is staying, social media can quickly fill with relief and excitement. Longtime viewers often describe certain actors as essential to the show's identity, particularly when they have been part of major storylines over the years. For those fans, the possibility of losing the character can feel surprisingly personal. That emotional connection is one of the greatest strengths of British soaps. Viewers don't simply watch these characters. They grow alongside them. They see relationships begin, families change, and characters make mistakes. Sometimes they even watch a character go through events that remind them of situations in their own lives. That is why a contract announcement can create such a positive response. It means the relationship between the audience and that character gets to continue. But there is another side to the story. A new contract does not mean everything will remain comfortable. In fact, the opposite could be true. Soap writers rarely keep a character around simply to let them enjoy a peaceful life. If anything, staying on Coronation Street can mean more trouble, more secrets, more heartbreak, more arguments, and potentially some of the biggest shocks yet. A character who has just secured another year could find themselves at the center of a storyline that nobody sees coming. That could involve a major betrayal, a dramatic family crisis, or a relationship that changes everything. There could even be a storyline designed to test the character's loyalty to the people closest to them. And because the actor is staying, viewers know that whatever happens next has the potential to develop over a much longer period. That is what makes this contract news so exciting. It opens the door. It doesn't close it. Fans can now look ahead and wonder what the writers have been planning. Could the character become involved in a major new mystery? Could they find themselves facing a dangerous enemy? Could romance suddenly enter their life? Or might their next chapter involve an emotional storyline that reminds viewers why they became such a beloved part of Coronation Street in the first place? There is also the possibility that producers could use the renewed contract to connect the character with some of Weatherfield's newer residents. That would allow the soap to create unexpected partnerships and rivalries. A familiar face interacting with a newcomer can sometimes produce some of the most entertaining television. The established character brings history and personality. The newcomer brings uncertainty. Put those two together, and anything can happen. Ultimately, the biggest message from the contract news is simple. Fans may not need to say goodbye just yet. For a soap that has experienced countless departures over the years, keeping an iconic character around is significant. It gives the show continuity. It gives viewers something familiar to hold on to. And most importantly, it gives the writers another opportunity to surprise us. The next year could bring romance, betrayal, heartbreak, comedy, and perhaps a few twists that nobody sees coming. That's the beauty of Coronation Street. Even when fans think they know where a story is heading, the soap can suddenly change direction. So while this contract update may initially sound like a simple piece of behind-the-scenes